friends old and new, Deis Ferrous here, continuing on our Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader run. When last we left off, we did a lot of small things, if I remember correctly. We got back to the Verbundus system and talked to the Calixis Temple. They basically said if we want them to upgrade the Sector Bionica, the implementation throne, we need to do them a favor. So we agreed, of course. We helped Eogan with one of his projects. We what was it? We had a brief talk with Cassia about how to go about her whole House Orcelio matters with the Atlas. We had a trial, so to speak, for Cabela, as she had committed a murder to a degree. We managed to re-recruit Solomon, so he's back with us. Not that we use him that much in this run, but we have him now, which is nice. And wow, we have so many people on this ship. Yeah, I was gonna talk to Jai real quickly because she wanted to talk.
Shireen, O glorious son of dozens of worlds and billions of subjects, have you come to converse with Jai Hidari about the sweetness of her soul? Or do you wish to speak to a trade representative of the Imperium? Well, does the guise of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse suit me?
I think we need to. I'll need to double check my quest, but I think we do need to talk to Eogan once more for his quest. But I think we did that last stream. I think it's just we're gonna talk to Jai and then hop out. Jai remained staunchly serious for a few moments before filling the bridge with her gentle laughter. You're beautiful no matter the guise, Jai.
It is hard to argue against words as wise as they are sweet, Shireen. Except sometimes guises meld with the skin of their unfortunate owners, and the only way to take them off is to tear skin from flesh. That is not something I want. Not anymore.
How's your gang faring, Jai?
Like you need to ask Shireen. These Ashmags and Kashaz are tenacious. They lick their wounds faster than the Ajji themselves. Tora finally got an implant for her jaw. Now she can speak properly instead of braying like a toothless donkey. She's been recruiting, strapping guys and gals too, because Falco culled our ranks. May the Ajji savage the soul of that interstellar piranha.
That's good, that's good. You said you wanted to reflect on what has happened?
Oh yes, Shireen. And here is what I think. Since the day we first met, I have been tossed about like a boat in a storm. Battered, dashed against the rocks, lashed by the waves. And then I was flung onto the shore, and a fabulous gift washed up beside me. A precious pearl of the deep. The Mercatum Tabula Officiale. And you know what? I enjoyed it. Yes, I was slammed face first into the rocks, and was up to my neck in water. But I finally had a taste of freedom. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. But it was enough to make me dream of it every night. Void, Kraken take the Kasbalika and the cold trade. As for our mutual business, Shireen, I will remain your loyal partner if you desire. An equal partner.
She utters the last few words with particular vehemence. This is your choice to make, Jai. All I can do is support it.
Then it is decided. Starting today, I will sail toward the future I choose. What a thrill it will be to ride the waves wherever they want to take me.
Alright, I'll see you later.
I have no doubt you will.
She laughs and bids farewell with a wink. Let's see. Minimize. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. We gotta help out the Alter Templum Calixis Extension 17. We're nearby for that. I'm pretty sure. Gotta hop over to Dargonis. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're hovering over Garderfall's Calamity. Fairly certain. Shards of the Tempest. Still not entirely sure what to do with that one. Yeah, that's back down near Footfall. Okay, we gotta go to the Astropathic Chapel for Cabela. That one... yeah. Okay, let's go to the Astropathic Chapel. We're here on the ship anyways. Might as well. Pop out Yugon, pop in Cabela, as I'm going here for her quest. Alrighty. Then after this, we should be able to go down planet side and actually get some action in, some exploration and action. Pop you a quick level. Uh. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Let's grab you some... I'm gonna grab Medicaid for that. That's Cat. Looking at our levels, Halfway Templar, you have 36 levels, I'm pretty sure. So I think it's like 56 or so is the max level. We got Zachary, Sigma, and Astropath. Hey Zachary, let's talk to you. As you approach, the choirmaster's blindfold lights up with a bluish glow. Your lordship seldom comes here without a reason. How can I be of service to you today? How are your ghosts, Vice? The choirmaster looks away, embarrassed. The mistakes of the past no longer haunt me, not in my dreams or in reality, but I still remember. I remember every single one of them. Can you put me in a trance with Cabela? I need to get inside her mind. A synchronized trance is a complex telepathic practice. Things can go awry unless both participants trust each other and have a strong spiritual connection. However, I can sense that you do. I'd be honored to be your guide during the ritual, Lord Captain. But remember, it is easy to get lost in another person's thoughts, and the fear of others house monsters. I'm prepared for the risk. Put us in a trance. May the God Emperor aid you, Lord Captain. I trust Cabela. She's been ride or die. Ooh, doing one of these. I do kind of wish it did this more often. We don't get the book journal things to that like very frequently, and I really like them. Because like I feel like this is just a much prettier graphic to look at than like my character just standing there facing another character with the camera zooming back and forth for like 30 minutes, you know? Sector, Cronus expands. Location, Von Valanci's flagship. Material, the Book of the Dead, the Holy Scripture of the Cult of the Bloodspun Web. Author, unknown. A shackled mind cannot comprehend the wisdom contained therein. Therefore repeat, he is death. Release your breath to each word. Cleanse your thoughts. He is death. Truth lies in death. Free your soul from the body's cage. Become nothing. He is death. Now that your heartbeat is a perfect line and your vision is shrouded in dusk, you have almost reached a state of purity and balance. Heed. No human will see death before their time. That is the delusion of the living. Heed. To which we say, a strong spirit can travel there and make the journey back. Heed the tale of the great Doman Deis, who descended into the kingdom of dead to retrieve his shadow. He is death. Birth and death are one. We were snatched from a place of warmth and sent blood-covered into an unfamiliar world. Dying is the same. The Doman, too, learned this as he opened his eyes and found himself on the lower decks, lying in a cold coffin. He beheld his ship, drifting through nothingness, an adamantine giant's corpse, a skeleton moaning from the winds of entropy. A tempest of rust was gnawing at its plasteel bones and twisting its vein-like cables, while machine oil oozed down its bulkheads like a lymph. Had the Doman been alone, he would have lost his way inside the ship's mangled bowels, but a guide reached out to hand to him. The, the spirit of old Veni Zachary had loyally followed the Doman to the other side. In the labyrinth of the hereafter, the piercing gaze of Veni Zachary discerned the thorny path to the halls of death. The loyal servant swore to protect his lord. Together the Doman and the Veni made their way up through the malformed frame of the ship, from the cold catacombs of the lower deck. They traveled up into the fires of the ship's crematorium. Tongues of flame licked at them, yet they did not burn. Columns of the dead marched toward them to be turned to ash in the fire, and the Doman and the Veni walked toward the dead in turn. At the gates of the crematorium, their path was blocked by the executioner, a sentinel made of metal spikes and coiling blades with roaring flames and pale, bleeding bodies writhing within. Such is a blade. Such is a blade that has lost the strength of the tenets. A murderous monster no longer driven by faith, but by dark desire. The Doman saw that a fight was inevitable, and all these are very generous. Banished the monster with a fervent prayer to the Emperor. The beast prostrated itself and began to tear its own body apart. For words of true faith passed by even the worst of evils, with a sense of shame and self-loathing. And a card of his tarot appeared in the Doman's hand. It was the God Emperor, and the first doubt was dispelled. He is death. He is death. Rennie Zachary led the Doman out of the hot furnace of the crematorium, and they walked past long columns of the dead. Frayed was their attire, their bones scraped against their augmatics and scratched with their decrepit flesh. They were moaning sorrowfully, and the sound made memory fade away. The Doman saw that the dead were carrying an ark, and inside the ark was a thing, a lost child cocooned in silk, shedding crimson tears for the unknown. The unliving carried her, as servants would carry their lady, and loudly lamented their fate. Such is a blade mired in broodings over a lost period, a helpless child paralyzed by regret. Lest he sink into the soft rot of their wails and perish, the Doman spoke gently to the lost child, and the lost child's tears were dried. With a meek sigh, she returned to nothingness. For mercy, too, can be the blade that brings peace. And a card of his tarot appeared in the Doman's hand. It was the star, and the second doubt was dispelled. He is death. He is death. And the old Veni led the Doman to the upper decks, and the Doman entered into the officers' chambers. A web of veins adorned the wall, entangling the precious trophies. The statues were bound in the intertwining sinews. And high upon a balcony, the dismembered judge wailed as he attempted to reassemble himself with his pale hands. But his movements merely tightened the tangle of the flesh, turning the chambers into a snare. Such is a blade tangled and trapped in misunderstood teachings, a hapless creature that does not know its place in the world. In order to continue his journey, the Doman helped the judge by returning each of his organs to their proper place. And the judge became whole again, and regained his comprehension of the world. For one who is wise can make whole what was broken. and a card of his tarot appeared in the Domin's hand. It was the rogue trader, and the third doubt was dispelled. He is death. He is death. The flagship's bridge was draped in skulls and webs, and pale souls of the dead flocked to the foot of the throne upon which sat the undying emperor, the protector of mankind. May his praises be innumerable. Starlight shone coldly in the eyes of his skull, and the galaxy rested in his mighty hand. The Domin approached his throne and greeted him with pride and dignity. The undying emperor grinned a bony grin, and cast a glance at the Domin, and at that moment, something died forever inside the Domin. For the price of arrogant pride in the face of death is always but worth its weight. Then the Undying One spoke, and these words are to be preserved in your heart, such as the greatest of prayers, for they sprang from a source that was and is the holiest of all things. I know you, Domin. I know your heart, and the softness that dwells within it. Many were due to pass on to me, remained alive as your hearts willed, but I am not angered, for they will pass on to me in the end. The undying emperor, may his praise be innumerable, said no more, and it was the Domin's turn to speak. And speak the Domin did, saying that he had come to find his shadow and rescue her. The skeletal fingers stirred, and the Domin's shadow loomed out of the darkness inside. Beside his throne, she was bound in black chains and asleep. The Undying One was silent. Now was the time to offer payment, as death would give nothing away without payment in return. And the Domin promised the Undying One. Nothing. For everything in the world is nothing. And the Undying One himself is Lord of nothing. It's weird that's iconoclast. But sure. Honestly, I probably would have gone with the middle option of all the enemies of you, but I'm probably not gonna do another iconoclast run anytime soon. Those were true words. For everything is indeed nothing, and the Undying Emperor is Lord of nothing. For all things live only to turn to dust in death. The Domin's wisdom pleased the Undying One. Then the Undying Emperor leant over the Domin and drove a skeletal finger right into his heart. He pulled at the scarlet thread of his soul, and the thread trembled, stretched to the limit. It was then that a revelation came to the Domin. A life must be paid for a life, and a name was revealed to him. Naki Edibus. That was the life the Undying One demanded as payment, and the Undying One agreed to the price. Because I am kind of on board, okay, if the Emperor is saying they gotta go, then it's the Emperor saying it. An oath of blood was sworn, and the chains fell from the Domin's shadow, yet she remained silent and motionless, for she saw no sense in leaving the halls of death, to which the Domin told her, that her congregation was suffering without her protection and the Undying One's mercy. And there was clarity in the Shadow's soul, and her eyes opened. Her doubt was banished, and she glimpsed the truth of her Lord's words. Preserving the defenseless from heinous designs would give her strength, eradicating the ruiners of souls would give her purpose. The Shadow would wrap the blood-spun web threads around the ship, and thus be redeemed of her flaws. He is death. He is death. The Domin and his shadow left the bridge of the Undying Emperor. May his praises be innumerable, and their path was strewn with his tarot cards. Among them, the Domin saw the cards of the Executioner, who carried out sentences and brings a violent end to which he did not begin. Among them, the Doman saw the card of the lost child, who was torn from her root in her support, but carries within her the still hidden seeds of a promise to recover them someday. Among them, the Doman saw the card of the judge, who weighs and separates guilt from innocence and passes his verdict. And they descended into the lower bays, lay down in a stone coffin, and closed their eyes. And the Doman heard the undying Emperor's voice promising they would meet again, and soon. And thereupon their journey ended. And so it was that the Doman, having seen death before his due time, traveled there and back to bring us these tidings and wisdom. Be free of doubt as you walk along the threads of the blood-spun web, for those threads lead to him, as does all of existence. He is death. He is death. As the shock of another mind's jumbled thoughts stop constricting your throat, you find yourself staring at Cabella's pale face. It has settled into a strange expression. Doman, Deis. Are you well, Cabela? Do you remember what happened? How we met death? I remember stumbling. I remember my doubts and the truth of the tenets throwing me off my feet. I remember deciding to kill, and not because I had heard his whisper, but because I deemed it to be right. Death whispered my name, for a spinner without a thread is like a sky without stars. They would drown in their own soul's darkness. But you have reminded me of who I am, and that my shameful weakness must be extinguished. Cabela looks away. This Naki Erebus is the payment the Undying One demands. The price of redemption, the price of freedom. Who is this person? Where are they from? I do not know. Help me find them, Doman. Your factotum oversees archives that contain many names. Let him find the one that death has spoken, and I will pay the price that was set. For I know, I feel with all my essence, the death of Naki Erebus is key. The answer to my questions. Okay, well, good job, team.
Victory awaits.
Let's talk to Janice. Oh, there it is. To the bridge. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. We'll talk to Janice real quick, and then we will get moving once more. How is my loyal homie? The High Factotum Janrius Danrock greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? I must locate someone named Naki Erebus. Find whatever information you can. Erebus. The clan name is familiar. If I may ask your lordship to give me a little time, the flagship's archives being as vast as they are, will spend no effort in finding Naki Erebus as soon as possible. 15 minutes. Sorry, I felt a sneeze building, but I did not want to commit. He's gonna slip out like mid-sentence, I'm sure of it. Okay, maybe not mid-sentence, it heard me call it out. It had to prove me wrong. The High Factotum pokes a triumphant finger at the data slates. I found them, your lordship. The Erebus family are a lesser Voidborn clan. They served in the boarding teams for many generations, spilling blood in the name of the dynasty. In the service of her ladyship, Theodora, Erebuses displayed impeccable heroism on several occasions. Unfortunately, the clan was all but wiped out 2 decades ago during a confrontation with enemies of humanity. For their valor and sacrifice, Lady Theodora granted the surviving members of the clan noble estate privileges and the right to settle on the capital world. And what about Naki Erebus? The Naki The name Naki appears in reports, at least a dozen different woman reports over several centuries, but there's no dates on any living person with that name. The head of the Erebus family will likely have more information about the past 2 decades of their clan's history on Dargonis. It's not common for the Voidborn to settle on a planet. Gravity is merciless to the Voidborn, but that does not mean they are incapable of adapting to it. Living on the capital world is a reward worth putting in the effort for. I must go to Dargonis. I will send the dynasty's representative on the capital world and an instruction to summon the Erebus family to the palace. Let's do some shipping and transportation of goods. Drusians. We definitely got some stuff to sell. Slowdy stuff. Do, 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 do. Boom bolter. I want to keep the toxic flamer. Just love the double barrel shotgun. Blade of the Suffering Collector. I need to get flame weapon proficiency on what's her name? On Jai. Don't know when I'll be able to do that, but I'll figure that out at some point. Bone Cracker. Strangler Weapon. Get rid of that. Rib suit. I'm pretty sure it's not that good for Abelard. I'm not gonna get heavy armor on anyone else. I'm not gonna put that on. I'm not gonna go through all that. Excuse me. Lots of drugs to sell. Look how these guys are kind of like just aesthetic, really. I could probably sell a lot more grenades too, but whatever. Onto that for a minute. 104. Yeah, that's less. Sure, that's worth. Get rid of that. Downgrade, downgrade. Oh, I have that right there, duh. Yeah, that is a downgrade. Downgrade, downgrade. Better one, I have the better one, and I have the better one. Click tradable, there you go. Still not maxed out on you. What is your max rate? Oh wow, you got a lot actually. Charge 5 of the gun, we'll grab that. Thank you. Pattern melt-a-gun. Neat. Get any armor. Got a new Astartes helm. Panama. Exploradores. Good. 2 more ranks. Let's see. Pattern Thunderhammer. Advanced Heavy Stubber. Prove Heavy Bolter. Yeah, that's just better for you. Now let me give you, at the very least, this Aurora's helm. Yeah. There we go. Now we got a Sororitas. Give it a Sororitas boost, because why not? Let's see, what do we got up top? That is... it's alright. Potential energy. So that'd be for Yogon. 5 times side rating warp damage with their melee attacks. Neat. Ulfar. Immunity to critical hits. Virtue of Contempt. We'll swap that on for now, why not? Neat. Soul Pattern Melt-A-Gun. Oh, so you don't have Melt-A-Weapon proficiency. Pascal. That is slightly more consistent. Info, 35% ballistic skill bonus. Like, that's more consistent technically, but Fruit Heavy Rock Saw, well-maintained Heavy Rock Saw. Familiar with their melee attack, they immediately gain 1 use charge, even if they don't have this ability. That's tempting. Yeah, get a kill and get a free charge. That's actually really good. It's actually really good. Oh, you know, it'd be cool if I got the Thunder Hammer. It's not as good as the, where is it? Oh, did I sell it? I might have sold it. The Piety's Charge, Piety's Charge or something like that. That's unfortunate. Anyways, carrying on, Varday. I get the feat that, like, honestly, I'm glad this is the first run, because I can kind of look back at it and be like, okay, I know how some build things work now. For like, especially for like Abaloid, honestly. So I'm like, okay, I need to get a thing where, actually, I wouldn't need the feat where the shield only takes up 1 slot with the augmetic. Whatever, I'm getting distracted. Lord Captain, we've arrived on Phaeton 4's system. Our translation from the warp was a little rough. Net loss about 500 souls on the middle and surface decks. God Emperor only knows how many wounded. That's only half of it. The brain boxes on the auger are sending me reports that aren't doing my... The brain boxes on the auger are sending me reports that aren't doing my mood any favors. Real space here got more holes in a sieve, and all our senses are playing up. It's gotta be sorcery, Lord Captain. If I was you, Lord Captain, I'd do what I came here to do right sharpish and clear out, while we still can. I've seen the likes of this before in this same region. Maybe your sorcerers will be able to explain it better, but here's what I know. Shit like this never ends well. Yeah, I mean, just take a second to look at the star. That's not normal. like in the slightest. I don't think you can usually like select the star to go visit either. Like I might have completely missed that, but I don't think that's normal. The surface of the stars shimmers with a myriad of hues. The dance of colors fascinates any who dare glance at it. The playful colored patterns appear on the vessel's augurs in a wide variety of spectra, from infrared to ultraviolet. Every voidsman knows that such emissions are dangerous to organic matter. Master Helmsman Ravor asks the crew to resist the desire to admire the star. Not everyone manages to follow this advice. Some crew members suffer from nausea and headaches. Order the shutters of the bridge's panoramic windows closed. Yeah, that ain't good. Like, it's pretty, but it's in that, like, psychedelic way that's not, it's not good. Alright, unknown ships. Would you like to talk first? No, they would not like to talk first. Alright, this is gonna be their funeral, honestly.
I'll be your beacon in the
Alert,
darkness.
the Drukhari blocked some of your flagship posts using an unknown Xenos power. Your crew will regain control of these posts in several rounds. Oh, fucking wonderful. Where are you guys? You're way over there. Hmm. Let's see if I do that. Let's go there. Do a shallow jump. Oh, knocked out specifically Pascal, which is not a big deal, honestly. Pepper into you. Oh my goodness. Violated. So yeah, you guys still want to pick that fight? I don't mind continuing. You're way over there, okay. So you're gonna come up on my rear, which is a little unfortunate. You go up like this. I'm pretty sure that'll actually allow me to. Yeah.
Another salvo!
Punked.
Unleash our...
Let's get my improved fighters out. Launch Wrath Starfighters. New. Alright. Now just the big Xeno ship. Bloodied Claw Cruiser. Not promising. You're a very brave Imperial ship. I would like to... swing around, I think. Did you...
Onward!
yeah, you're far. Get rotated. Do that again. I got a range of everything. Damn.
Annihilate!
Let's get some more guys going. Get you moving in. Okay, you guys moving in. Go starfighters. You are very brave, Imperial sword class frigate. Oh my goodness. Rapid fired on him. Okay, let's see. You are still so far away. Guess we'll get over
Set the
here.
course. Torpedoes!
Still a little far away. I'll hold the jump for now. You guys keep moving in. You guys keep moving in. You guys keep moving in. Moved up to his rear, which is interesting. Ew. Hopefully I can get in there before you guys die. Goodness gracious. There we go. Hey, bud.
Bleed them!
Just gonna plow right into the front, into your, stern? Oh my goodness. Move one more.
Macro cannon! Volley!
Fade into nothing.
Chonked. Absolutely chonked down. No hope, no survival. Your survival strategy is to stay away from me. That is the best you can do. Alright, oh yeah, we have to bring Hainix with us. Interesting. I didn't realize this was a Hainix quest. That's fine. Let's swap you a couple quick levels. JP. Uh, yeah, I'll just grab that. I think that works pretty good. Actually, increase charge range. Get you some Xenos lore. There we go. Anything I could give you that'd be pretty good. Generator's good. Arpedes, underarm, foe hammer, staff of blood. Nah, I think you're pretty set, unless I want to give you a two-hander, which I don't really have you built for. I could give you a melt-a-gun. Who doesn't love a melt-a-gun? I mean, that's just better than full cover. Yeah, here you go. We don't have like anything on either. Ugh. That's actually good for you. Don't remember if that's actually useful for you. It's alright. Sure, that works. There we go. Any other gloves that'd be good on you, maybe? I don't have many gloves at all, really.
I can see the agitation and fear of the servants beside me. But you, how do you manage to drown out their colors with mere words? Their dark hues dissolve immediately, and humility sets in.
I have always desired only respect, not fear. It is good to know that my efforts have not been in vain. Thank you for telling me.
The vanquished aircraft obviously fell from a height. Too much time has passed now to determine the cause of the crash. Concerning.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The spikes have been fashioned from whatever their creators had to hand. This pitiful barricade is unlikely to stop anyone who is determined to get through. Yeesh. The powerful smell of promethium lingers in the air around the burning mechanism. Machines were doused with the accelerants and set alight. Okay.
It's about time.
Hey guys. The sentry rubs her eyes and gawps at you. One half of her face is covered with a bulky, rusty augment of unknown purpose. You came! You came to rescue us! Praise the God Emperor it reached you! The sorcerer's message reached others like him. May he rest in peace. We are most honored by your presence. Please come forward quickly, out of the darkness. The woman hurriedly checks a nearby lumen, her hands visibly shaking. Those creatures come from the dark, you see. But not for much longer, not for much longer. Now you're here. Mistress Lichtenhart has already found a way to help us. Heinrichs dourly listens to the sentry's speech. He takes a few steps forward and intently peers at her face, as the woman herself freezes in fear. Then Heinrich scowls and cuts a glance at you. We need to hurry. Wow, minus 50. Examine the sentry's face. Even under the wavering lumens, you notice something strange. The slightly skewed proportions, the almost indiscernible asymmetry of her facial features. Looking at the other sentries, you see the same oddity in their faces too. And the fact that they are all wearing the same strange ramshackle implants, which clearly are not combat augmetics. Heinrich meets your eye. Noticed, have you? Don't jump to any conclusions. It could be a local genetic anomaly. It could be something else. We can't say anything for sure. Yet. Heinrich looks past the sentry. What is happening on the planet? It's terrible, my lord. I don't even know how to describe it. It's been, what? How long has it been? A few months, probably. A few months of being plagued by these sorcerous beasts. As soon as night fell, they came, creeping right out of the shadows, black as soot. There's no stopping them. The only thing that's worked so far is keeping the fires burning and maintaining a constant watch. And even with that, the creatures drag us off in ones and twos the second we drop our guard. Deis Ferrous is brown. Sorcerous creatures from the shadows. Could they be demons? Well, that would explain the presence of warp anomalies in the system. A local breach. They do not appear to be very... Survey the barricades. They do not appear to be very sturdy. Please, my lord. The sentry is on the verge of tears. Do you think we're trained guardsmen? We're from the expedition convoy. We've lived here for generations, and up to now, the God Emperor has guarded us from misfortune. But now we have to fight. The servitors have all gathered in the tunnel. We've handed out what weapons we have. How is that supposed to help us against these butchers when we don't always know how to use our weapons? You mentioned an expedition. Yeah, about 30 years back, we were brought here with a load of clever people from some high-up adeptus or something or other, and we've lived here ever since. I've raised 4 kids here. 2 died of the excavations, one was taken by the monsters. My youngest is still alive. Excavations? Perhaps the excavations, or rather, its objectives, are what Emelina was interested in. Of course, the easiest option would be to ask her directly. I wish to see Emelina Lichtenhart. Mistress Lichtenhart is inside the pit. You go on. Don't be afraid. She'll be there to properly greet you. We'll stand guard. Thanks be to the Emperor for delivering you to us. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The giant gate barring the way to the excavation site. Oh, that chill. Where'd it come from? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The creatures, they're coming. Weapons ready. And God Emperor preserve us. What? Fuck? What the fuck?
Ah, inhuman scum!
Those are, yeah, mandrakes. Oh, fucking... There's a few mandrakes, I don't like this. Okay, let's get the front line. Let's try to help out you two. Yeah, let's try to help out you
I'm not
two.
accustomed to being ordered around.
Let's get... Get
Me?
you guys in.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Back line
If I
over
may.
here. Let's do
Isn't this a
that,
job
I
for the
suppose.
serfs?
Force you to move.
I'm
You're
not
Phoenix.
accustomed to being ordered around.
Let's give Glimpse of Fate
Isn't
to
this a job for the
Abelard.
serfs?
Give Voice of Command to Irliat. Get her buffed up and going. Give Phoenix
Me?
a free charge.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
For the throne's
Get in there,
glory.
buddy. Take him
I'm going for
down.
this one.
Hell yeah. Can move you there to force you to focus on. I should have actually gone. It doesn't matter that much. If he wants to attack that guy, he can. Nothing I can actually really do to stop it.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Nearly yet.
This
Perfect spot.
tedium is beneath me.
One.
I
Pop it on all
understand
3 of
your
these guys,
intent.
honestly. No, you two. You actually have a bit more
If
health.
I must. If it serves your cause,
Don't.
another soul slips beyond the veil. I am not your Zeke
Don't.
ancestor.
Oh! Okay, I wasn't expecting that, actually.
My heart sinks with the thrill of
Don't
battle.
overpen and kill the digger, please.
I deal death with my
Please
hands.
do not do that.
No weakness
No,
is
you
hidden
overpen and
from
kill
my
the digger.
sight.
You're live at 1. That's
If
inconvenient.
it serves your cause.
Well then. Most of the mandrakes are dead, which is actually really good. Pascal. Let's do
Request
that.
approved.
I could move it over by 1 actually. Move you here. Do
Explore
that to finish
consider
that
water
guy.
route. Forward.
Oh well. Try and fail to finish that guy, apparently.
The undesired vital function
Big hit on him.
successfully terminated.
Let's do, I guess, that over on
My
you.
vow is to serve.
There's another magic down there. I can't do anything there, unfortunately.
My competencies are not that universal.
Should have popped that. That's my bad. I don't think that's gonna pop now. Beans. Messed that up a little bit. It's fine. You can try. Index is. Oh! Ooh! Oh my goodness. Get that. There we go.
If another soul slips beyond the veil,
Get
this
blap.
tedium is beneath. I deal death with my hands.
You're pretty much tapped now.
Me. Oh, the Imperium.
I can't stand it.
So like, why are you doing a sweeping attack? There's no need for you to be doing a sweeping attack right now.
I'll do what it takes.
Yeesh, I feel bad for these guys. They're dealing with fucking mandrakes, dude. Yeah, that's that. Hold on just one moment. 5 hours up top. Yeah, that works, I think.
But of course,
Swing.
nothing. Your reckoning is due.
I've seen a lot
Cool.
of innocent people. I've yet to see someone remain so after an interrogation.
Fortunately, that's a lot of deaths. Yeesh, those mandrakes were effective. Well, cross our fingers. Thanks be to the God Emperor. He hasn't forgotten us. He hasn't.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Hello?
Victory awaits.
What is... Oh, this isn't good.
Damn it. It's a Vox liturgy twisted by warp sorcery. Try not to listen too closely.
This altar
I
would be...
cannot make out a single word, but the taint that hangs with these sounds in the air is almost palpable.
This altar would be unremarkable if not for the uncanny sounds streaming from its built-in speakers. What once was a Vox recording of a liturgical service is now the malevolent parody of a noble faith. Ugh. The powerful smell of promethium lingers in the air around the burning mechanism. The machines are doused, the accelerant and set alight. Oh, fucking hello. Thank you, Rock.
As it should be.
Strange debris is scattered across the table surface. Your attention is drawn to the whimsical patterns on the broken pottery and tablets. When you try to take a closer look, the world starts to swim before your eyes. Not great.
Grants me
Oh,
insight.
hello. Instigator's mantle. Wow, they just auto-fail. Whenever it's where it's targeted by an attack of opportunity, gain 1 stack of Swift Strat effect and 10% dodge against this attack. Against also with the wearer gains plus 2 MP every time they are targeted by an attack of opportunity. At the end of their turn, the wearer spends all their Swift Strat stacks against all allies. Plus 0, 5 times Swift Strat stack. Where's the next turn? Agility bonus plus psi rating divided by 2. Interesting. This is your cape. Yeah, that's just gonna stack. That's really good. I think I might give you. Having it. Thank you, Rocks. A conveyor belt littered with a mixture of stone chippings and fragments of human-made items. The rust on the mechanical components indicates that this machine has stood idle for a very long time. There's Emelina up there. Boxes stuffed full of shards and pottery, metal and other discarded human-made objects covered in layers of soil.
A new challenge for me?
What do we got in here? Normal crack grenades, modified crack grenades. Grimy handwritten notebook. The tattered notebook is missing part of its cover and half of its pages. Surviving sheets are covered with cramped lines of text that slope downward, written in erratic hand. I still can't believe he's gone. Every time I'm at my post, I start peering into the darkness and think I see his shape in the gloom. Could the creatures have got into my head, beckoning me toward them, so they can drag me off like they did Gandir? Lady Emelina says that these creatures, Mandrax, Druhi, can't get inside people's heads. We all listen to Lady Emelina, of course, but I'm not so sure she's right about this. How else can I explain what happens every time I close my eyes? I see runes burning in the dark. The same runes that creature was covered in. Is it a hallucination? Or someone getting inside my head? Heresy. Heresy outside, heresy inside. I hear laughter in the sermons we listen to in the chapel. But how is that possible? You're not supposed to laugh when you're at prayer, are you? No, laughing is bad. Praying more, that's good. Praying harder. Praying for the peace of Gandir's soul. For ours too. Primitive excavating equipment suitable for use by unskilled workers.
Follow my lead!
Oh, there's actually something here to read. The wall goes so deep you cannot see the bottom. The walls of the shaft reveal the marks of the machinery that drilled through the rock, as well as fragments of an ancient sunken city. The symbols on the skin must bleed. Again. Hold him tighter. God, Emperor, help me. The stooped figure draws back the hood of the grimy robe, revealing the emaciated face of a woman. Her skin is stretched taut over her skin in sickeningly protruding augmentations. Her cheek is marred with several open wounds. She looks at you with a feverish gleam in her eye. The visual description matches Interrogator von Kallax. The sage blinks several times, and her head twitches. You made it here after all. Heinrich's usual mask of stoicism has melted away without a trace. He stares around him in undisguised dismay. Emelina? But what is this? You're performing the arch-enemy's rituals, but... No. Stop. Right now. Not another move unless I tell you. The sage draws herself upright, as far as her crooked spine will allow, and flicks several switches on her facial augments. Then she turns to you, ignoring Heinrich's words completely. Who have you brought with you, Interrogator von Kallax? Clearance level? My name is Deis von Valancius. I agree to help you at Heinrich's request. Amelia Lichtenhart dips her head. Von Valancius, a rogue trader dynasty. Territory to the galactic west of Furabundus. The head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius, has been flagged for her heretical sentiments. Threat level. Heinrich gestures at the room. I brought the help you requested in your message, Emelina. A void ship under the aegis of the rogue trader. I dragged thousands of people and megatons of plasteel and ceramite through the bowels of the war. And for what? Just to discover that you've sold yourself to the arch-enemy? Emelina shakes her head. You are drawing conclusions based on incomplete knowledge of the situation, Interrogator von Kalox. Your judgment is impaired. Chapel with demented vox casts. What is going on there? Emelina bows her head. A side experiment. A way for exhausted and frightened people to find comfort in a higher power. However, I have the service's stance. Several people succumbed to the pernicious influence of the atmosphere and went insane. But the people blamed it on the voices from the Vox. Heinrich, why is Emelina addressing you in this strange manner? I expected that Emelina has chosen to seal the memory block containing data of a personal nature. She does this whenever she is concerned that someone might try to extract information about Calcazar's coterie from her. Heinrich thinks for a moment, and then in a clear voice says, Sigma Prosperity. He pauses before repeating the strange phrase. The reminiscence block you're attempting to access was repurposed. It now contains knowledge of the rituals performed by the shamans of this place. My standard working memory alone was insufficient to record all the nuances I uncovered in my research here. Heinrich looks as though he's been punched in the gut. Emelina, you deleted all the data about all the chambers of Calcazar's units? You wiped us all? Of course not. I retained the portion of the reminiscence block's data relating to the operational significance of the Lord Inquisitor's unit. That's how I was able to recognize you, Interrogator von Kalox. What has happened on Phaeton 4? I came here on the supreme directive of the Lord Inquisitor. An Adeptus Historica mission was established on Phaeton 4 to study the origins of the civilization that once inhabited the planet. This world was once settled by humans. The mission aimed to discover which colony ship they came from and why they disappeared. The traces of the ancient culture uncovered in the layers of soil suggested the existence of primitive solar faiths among the dark inhabitants of this world, faiths that are strikingly similar to the worship of the archenemy. The surviving scrolls indicate that shamans used the gifts of chaos to protect their people, to secure their harvest, to imbue their warriors with strength and vitality, and that this culture persisted for thousands of years. I was cataloging data when the attacks began at one of the remote outposts. I immediately recognized the enemy by their tactics. Drukhari. They chose an unremarkable, defenseless world where night lasts half the year. By the time five outposts had been swallowed by the darkness, the last astropath had been torn to pieces, and many calls for help sent to Calcazar's unit had gone unanswered. I realized that no one was going to save people, or this knowledge, and so I put the knowledge to use for the good of humanity. Heinrich, make sense of this for me. Am I going mad, or is your colleague engaging in flagrant heresy here? The notion of heresy is hardly applicable to people in our line of work, Deis. But you're correct at one thing. Emelina has crossed the line that separates a servant of the Imperium from a deluded chaos worshipper. Fair enough. I've been kinda fast and loose with heresy myself a little bit. I'm sorry I asked. What are you trying to achieve here, Emelina? The ritual we interrupted, what is it supposed to do? It made Heinrich more merciful. Emelina lifts her gaze upwards. We will rid this world of its half-year-long night, and the mandrakes of their total advantage over us. We will force a new heavenly body, this one of human making, to rise above the horizon and illuminate the dark side of the planet. If the ritual works, I will have mastered the secrets of forging a new sun. This is madness. Madness, pride, and monstrous, staggering heresy. Hindus's voice is barely audible, as if his throat has closed up in shock. Abelard's eyes widen in astonishment. Creates a star? God Emperor's grace, what creature could live in the light of a star born using the powers of the archenemy? Do you mean to say that you discovered a ritual for creating a sun here? Buried under silica and granite are knowledge and resources that could repel the enemies of humanity. We're too afraid of anything labeled prohibited. My memory contains thousands upon thousands of pages from manuscripts, tomes, and scrolls. Contact with any one of these is supposed to guarantee instant death, but the preachers who claim this are liars. I'm living proof of their falsehood. What happened to the people of this world? All of the survivors are here in this tunnel. The rest are dead. Or worse than dead, they're in the clutches of the monsters from Camorra. Our last astropath died when his mind was invaded by a warp entity. He used his side trail to hunt him down. The rest of the people here have been blessed with the protection of those forces that I summoned to our aid. That is enough. Hendrix's voice shakes with unbridled fury. I've heard all the justifications and complaints 100 times before. No purpose can justify what you have wrought here. Who you have become. Who I have become, Interrogator von Kellox. I'm what any agent of the Golden Throne is predestined to become if they are able to see through the essence of things. I have, as the Puritans say, succumbed to the heresy of radicalization. Moreover, in doing so, I'm only following in the footsteps of our mentor. The only difference is that I've chosen the path of the ablationists, while he chose the Xenos Hybris, forging an alliance with the cursed Drukari. Emelina, suppress your urge to debate internal matters in the presence of the rogue trader. Additionally, I will not tolerate insults to the Lord Inquisitor in my presence. No, you've already started, so you may as well continue the conversation. Why? It's just philosophical rhetoric referring to old men with a weakness for demagogue. Actions are driven by this philosophy, Interrogator von Kellox. Mine, yours, the Lord Inquisitor's. Why are you avoiding talking about the fact that Xavier Calcazar is a dangerous radical? No less dangerous than I am, except I am not driven by utopian ideals, but by a desire to protect humanity, using a broader range of tools. What you call a broader range of tools is heresy, Emelina. Unremarkable, commonplace heresy. Heresy that has taken on a twisted form in a mind subjected to prolonged contact with corruption. The arch-enemy has been gnawing at you from within. Creating a star with a chaos ritual? You have crossed the line. No, you have obliterated the line. The line? Lines are for the weak and ignorant. Anyone capable of weighing the risks and making a calculated decision would have done the same as me. To protect the Imperium's domain, to deliver a preemptive strike even. Von Valancius, she whips around to you. You are a simple mortal endowed with huge power and privilege, ruling over worlds and holding millions of lives in the palm of your hand. Tell me, would you have done the same in my position? I would not have made the same mistake. Blinkered vision and a narrow mind. A warrant of trade in the hands of such a person is a dangerous prospect indeed. Emelina shakes her head spitefully, her eyes filling with blood. The only one to answer my call, and you turn out to be a brainwashed pawn. I did not factor in the possibility of psychological dependence. Calcazar can be persuasive, especially to those who depend on him. A favorite sorcerer, a cosmopolitan renegade. Oh yes, Interrogator Von Calyx. Xavier Calcazar's stalwart little soldier. You will die just like Tanakia. Amelia Iona Lichtenhart. Heinrich begins, stiffly formal, before breaking off. Tanakia? What do you know about Tanakia? Emelina shakes her head. You don't even know what fate befell her, do you? I suppose it won't hurt for you to know something of it. A strange sound causes the sage to fall silent. She turns toward the tunnel. Oh no. Oh, he's dead. Oh, why did you turn around, dude? Why would you turn around? Oh, beans. The beasts, they're here. The ritual must be completed. Enough. We need to lock all possible approach. We need to dispel the shadows in the corners. Okay. If I'm a little curious, turn on the lamp. Okay, yeah, there's lamps to activate. And, alright. I'm gonna do... Galax, you go here, fight your way through. Evelard, you're going right down here. You're gonna go here. Pascal, I'm gonna have you over here. Cassia, you're gonna also go around here. And I'm gonna be like right up front here with you guys. I think that works. Oh, beans.
I am a
There you
navigator, not a servitor.
That, we'll get that set up on you.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Juliet, we'll get this set up on us.
If I may.
Going to buff up Heinrich. He's gonna be on his own over there.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Go, bud. Give. I only see these guys right now, so can't be that bad, right?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Yeah, you come on over. Approach.
Me?
Yeah, let's
If you
get you
insist,
ready,
Lord
going.
Captain.
Buff up that also. Take
If I
aim.
may.
And go. Can you actually see down there? Yes, you can. Huge. I'm also just gonna pop one. Got you over there, that's fine.
If it serves your cause.
2. And 3. Pop that on you, pop that on you. We'll pop your
I
dome.
am not your zinc. I hear you moving. No
A lamb.
more.
Pop your dome.
If I feel death
A
with my
lamb.
hands.
Huge, huge. There we go, that gets both of those guys down there. Or I missed that. And maybe didn't do that, actually. It's fine. Let's move you here.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Let's do that. Let's do
The other
that.
side is significant value.
Lamb. Do that.
My vow
In
is
case
to
you
serve.
survive. Do get a double shot.
Request.
A lamb. cool. That does you pretty well. Where are you going, coward?
Target well struck.
If it serves your
Blast
cause.
you.
This
Blast
tedium
you.
has been... I hear you moving. No more.
Can I not go down? Can I not go down this ladder? Oh, that's dumb. What do you mean I can't go down the ladder that's right here?
I won't object to it.
Okay, let's get moving then.
The Emperor is on
Up
our
over
side.
here. Turn on a lamp. Oh, there's Ender.
Let's see to it.
That. We'll do that on Adelaide. Here you go, bud. That's good for now. Get a lamp up there.
Suits my purposes.
Here you go, Adelaide. Get moving.
Oh, too easy.
Zoom.
For
Yeah, I'll pop my ulti light as well. Up over here. Like that. Up over here. Like
I've
that.
seen worse battles than
And
this in
I'm
my
missing
time.
any. I'm not seeing anything that I'm missing. One like up here? No, it doesn't look like it.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Why is this fight still going? Oh. Okay, cool. Emelina lets out an agonized moan. Wasted. All my work. All my preparation. For nothing. Emelina Iona Lichtenhart, in the name of the Inquisition, you are hereby removed from your post and expelled from the Holy Ordo. Hannes' eyes are fixed on Emelina, but she does not look at him, and the interrogator turns his gaze on you. The fate of its fallen members is a matter for the Ordo. The Regical Archives, artifacts obtained in the excavation, and other assets in Lichtenhart's possession I hereby declare the property of the Holy Inquisition. However, it is for the rogue trader to decide what becomes of Phaeton 4 and its people. What is your verdict? This will take the survivors off the planet. So be it, Lord Captain. Now as for Emelina. You are hereby stripped of your special status as an agent of the Golden Throne and all attendant rights and privileges. I am authorized to use all interrogation measures stipulated in the standard framework for information extraction to ascertain the fate of acolytes Tanakia Calbergaria. Will that be necessary, Emelina? No, interrogator von Kalax. The sage's voice is scarcely louder than a whisper. I have no intention of concealing that information from you. I am almost certain that Tanakia Calbergaria was eliminated on the orders of Xavier Calcasar after being deemed a volatile element. Hannes' face is a mask of disbelief and anger. You're lying. I have a rather unpleasant suspicion that the witnesses to this conversation are also at risk of being eliminated at a later date. Whether you are joking or being deadly serious, your words fall on deaf ears of the two acolytes of the Golden Throne. Emelina, weakened by biomancy, is staring fixedly at Heinrichs, who seems to be engrossed in intense rumination. Listen in silence. I saw one of Calcazar's documents when I went to receive my new orders. Only a fleeting glimpse. With my memory like a picture recorder, it was long enough for its contents to be imprinted on my mind. I do not know the details, but the document itself was an interrogation transcript, with a final annotation indicating the removal of the person from the retinue. And we both know how someone leaves the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, Interrogator von Kallax. Tanakia is the Lord Inquisitor's top espionage specialist. Wherever Xavier chose to refrain from making a public show of strength, Calburgaria was invaluable. Why would he do this? Emelina looks up at Heinrichs, her eyes full of despair. I do not know, Interrogator von Kallax. Just as I do not know why the Lord Inquisitor sent me to this nondescript planet as soon as I voiced my concerns about his methods. Just as I do not know if I should blame the warp for the lack of responses to my calls for help, or if Calcazar prohibited the others from answering. The nature of her mission and of Xavier's true purpose here in this expanse was likely why he chose to bury this secret, and to Nakia along with it. Emelina breaks off. The operational data indicates that you are the retinue's primary torture specialist, Interrogator von Kallax. All this time I thought you were the one who conducted Tanakia's interrogation. One of the reasons why I destroyed my personal data block was to ensure that my own sentiments would not prevent me from thinking rationally. I next encountered you, or Calcazar's other servants. Heinrichs? Heinrichs says nothing for several seconds, staring into space. At last, he begins to speak. Emelina Iona Lichtenhut. Emelina sighs. I know, Interrogator von Kallax. I know all the procedures used in compromised sages. Interrogation, unsealing of reminiscence blocks. But before we begin, she stands up, straightening her spine as much as she can, and looks into the interrogator's eyes with a weak smile. I thought Tanakia was your doing, but as your reaction has revealed the truth to me. Heinrichs. It is Heinrichs, yes? There's a subtle shift in Emelina's voice, a sound older, wiser. You should know, I am sorry to have forgotten you. Heinrich stares at the sage, saying nothing, then looks down and mutters something too quiet for you to hear. Interesting. Heinrich turns to you. Thank you for your assistance in solving my problem, Rope Trader. But why? Heinrich looks at you, his eyes dark and lowering. Why don't you answer that question for yourself? You do not want her to be subjected to your standard procedures, at yours or anyone else's hands. You really think my actions are driven by such sentiments? Heinrich studies you intently. His face is difficult to read. One of his eyes spasms briefly, just before he turns away. We are finished here. The planet will be designated unfit for further use. The risks are simply too great. It will take a few hours to deal with the excavation sites and what the diggers found here, but it will not delay us. When we return to the ship, find a minute to speak with me.
Do you require an audience?
Power Maul, Shock Baton, Axe. Yeesh. God, these fucking mandrakes just move fast. Before I could even react, I cut down a few people. It's like, you know, not surprising. I know how Drukhari work and all, but damn, dude. Get this last guy. And I think we're good to go now. Oh no, there's still some loot over here. Allegedly. It says there's loot here, but looks like I grabbed it. Yeesh. Mildly concerning if all this is indeed. Oh, wrong button. If all this is indeed, what's his name? Calcazar's doing. Well, you know what I mean. Like, Calcazar's just kind of not necessarily stabbing, but you know, just kind of doing some sketchy shit with his own retinue of all people, I guess you could say. Alrighty. Well, Phoenix, you're right here. How you doing?
Captain, I thank you for your assistance with my mission. Thanks to rogue trader von Valancius, the Inquisition has stopped the enemies of humanity, even those hiding in its own ranks on this occasion. I will no longer be making any claim on your time or resources.
Phoenix's face is frozen in an impenetrable mask, as if he were looking at a stone statue, not a living man. Everything Emelina said about Calcazar, should we be concerned about it?
It is dangerous information, but you are already too deeply involved. In the Inquisition, there are two main philosophies: Puritanism and Radicalism. The adherents of the former are conservatives who strive to follow the letter of inquisitorial doctrine in all matters. The radicals are more pragmatic. They believe that the end often justifies the means, and they use tools that a Puritan would condemn as heretical.
Inrix crosses his arms and drums his fingers on his forearm.
Emelina used the powers of chaos to gain the upper hand against Xenos. I touched a cogitator built by cultists to learn its secrets. None of us is pure. Xavier, the craven-hearted say that the career of every Inquisitor ends in either death or heresy. The Lord Inquisitor has borne this burden longer than any of us. It would be naive to think that he had only ever used Puritan methods, and even more naive to suggest that such methods have in any way weakened his loyalty to the God Emperor. And that is all I will say on the subject.
What are you going to do now that this is done?
I will remain part of your retinue. That will not change. I will continue to accompany you until I receive orders to the contrary from the Lord Inquisitor, if ever. Who knows? Perhaps one day my journey will end like Emelina's, but that day is not today.
I love you can just throw so many of your other followers over to the Inquisition. I want to discuss the cult of the Final Dawn. What can you tell me about it?
The cult's ordinary members are humans who have been corrupted by the archenemy, traitors to the Imperium, and accomplices of chaos. Participation in the cult's rituals always entails brainwashing, literally and figuratively. The longer cult members spend among other cultists, the less critically they think, and the more closely they resemble obedient livestock, stripped of their fear and instinct for self-preservation. The worst of them go to their deaths without an inkling of doubt, ready to take hundreds and thousands of souls with them. As for those at the top of the cult's hierarchy, we have not yet managed to get a lead on all of the cult's leaders. I imagine that some of them are hiding in the depths of the Coronis Expanse. But those who are orchestrating the fanatics on nearby worlds are hiding very well indeed. Or receiving protection from above.
What do you mean, protection from above?
Governors, commanders, rogue traders. History is full of those who neglect their duty to the Golden Throne and seek allies in the wrong places.
You seem to have been investigating this cult for some time.
We discovered the first traces of it as soon as we arrived in the Coronis Expanse. Since then, the more we learn, the better we see just how far the roots of this blight extend. Destroying individual cells is pointless. We must cut this beast off at its head.
Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
I must take my leave. Heinrich politely inclines his head in response. Well, that's that quest completed. For now. That is pretty, but also super heresy. Okay, let's see. I could jump straight over there, but I think kind of need to actually, because I don't think I actually have. Yeah, we're just gonna jump straight over here. Zoop. Warp travel. Something's gonna go on, yeah. Lord Captain, we've just received an urgent message from Dargonis. Marshal Strauss requests that you come to the Administratum Palace for a discussion of the utmost importance. Alas, that is the extent of what we know. The message ends there. Alright, well, we will do that next. Oh! Ooh! Ooh, new systems to explore. New things for me to get distracted with. But I'm gonna go here, help out these guys, and then go to Dargonis, because now I got a few things to do with Dargonis. And eventually I'll come back up and explore. I might explore now. Decisions. Oh, we got a lot going on. Where are we? We're here. I'll end on the space battle. That's a lot of planets. Free XP. Let's see. Scan. Cache. Ooh. Whenever the user performs a single target attack against a target within 3-cell radius, they make a burst shot with this augment immediately after. It deals 4 energy damage with 46% armor pen. Ooh. It's actually pretty neat. That could be good for Argenta. That could actually be really good for Argenta. The augurs have detected an unusual anomaly. A planet surrounded by a huge asteroid belt. Seasoned Voidfarers say that this was most likely torn apart by tidal forces, and they suggest exploring the rings to obtain useful resources. Perform a detailed scan. The planet around which the asteroids are orbiting is incredibly radioactive. The closer the shuttles get to it, the more they will be irradiated. The only safe option is to gather anything useful that is far enough away from the exposed core of the ruptured planetary body. Send a scouting party to investigate the rings. Send phlogiston. A short time later, the scouts report a cavern-filled asteroid with a giant vein of valuable metal inside. It will be hauled to the flagship immediately. The tech priests serving on the shuttle do not recommend drawing any closer to the core. The death of pilots from radiation will inevitably lead to the irretrievable loss of sacred machines. Yeah, leave the planet alone. The shuttles are returning. The voices of the scout pilots reporting over the Vox channel are filled with fear and secret relief. No scan. Gas giant, but that's a That's the smallest planet in the system. What do you mean that's a gas giant? You want to do that? Do. So if this is where we need to go for... Yeah. So we'll go to the space battle first. And then we'll go back and do Tikuaz. Tikuaz? I think? Weird phrasing. Let's see.
For the glory of the dynasty.
Oh, jeezums. Infidel. Oh, it's supposed to be a space battle, not just me. Here, let's do that.
Fire the launch battery.
Crunch. We'll do that.
The time has come.
Oh, is that? Oh, is it all the little ships versus the one big ship? I think that might be what's going on.
Another salvo.
Chonk down a lot of you guys. All my systems are offline. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Now they're on. You are so far away. You're not even that scary, really. There's not really anything I can do with that, so yeah. New. Last. I'm so strong. Yeah, I think it's the Raiders versus the Styx-class heavy cruiser. Then we just we're just coming in a third party, apparently. I'll just let you take care of yourself, I suppose. Alrighty. Oh yeah, you just stay right there. Aww. Yeah, come in, help me clean up some of these guys, please. You on fire? Yeah, you got internal fires. I can't do that for some reason. Get up there, hit you. Do last. Last. Laser. You know, just the casual god laser I have. Move here.
Set the course.
Oh, that'll probably do a little bit of damage to me. Oopsie. Oopsie doodle. That's fine. Only did a little bit of damage to my shield, really. That... Yeah, it only does damage if I get hit in there, so I'll move in. That's just the big dude. Still don't fully know what that does. Like, I still don't actually see anything really happen. Yeah. New. Go, my children. Look at that fucking chonker. That's not promising. Oh, I might mess that up. I might be hitting my team. Uh-oh. Please go a little bit further than I think you're gonna go. Oh, cool. No, just cancel it. That's fine.
Torpedoes!
That will do that. Oh, so you can't stack it, you just keep building up. Zoomy zoom. Oh. Did I just kill them by running them into me? Oh, no, that just does damage. I see. I understand. I did not realize that was doing damage. Mildly inconvenient. Leave my boy alone, he ain't doing nothing. So I'm just gonna open up with this.
Fire the last battery. Macro cannon, volley.
Some more blasting. Big blasting. What? Going to warp jump over here. Move around like this. Blast you like that.
The enemy shield is down.
Beautiful.
Time to
Head for the pond for
The
that
enemy
theater.
shields are down, you say, as they are just dying. They are just gone. Let's grab. Yeah, we'll grab that. That's actually pretty nice. That's actually really nice. Gonna quickly go through all my people. The best person, the best slots are filled. Yep. 60, 115. I could swap Idira and... Yeah, I think that's actually a bit better. It's actually slightly better now. Yeah, but we need to upgrade them, and I don't really feel like doing that. Torpedo controls. Hold on a second, let me just repair real quickly. Boop. Doop. Upgrade strafe. Use current ability 1, so I need to use upgrade torpedo control. That's fine. Now, let's head down here, and this is actually a good place for us to get ready to wrap up. This is gonna be like a whole adventure going down to the planet. Lord Captain, Takua's 4 is not receiving Vox signals from orbit. Our augers are registering that the water level around the station far exceeds the norm. You mean to say the station is sinking? It appears so. It appears so. The water levels are rising incrementally, but the cause remains unknown. Are there any active alarms? Enemy ships? No, Lord Captain. No requests for help, no reports of an attack. Ray the shuttle. I wish to descend to the surface myself. Yes, Lord Captain. Alright. Let's grab a deer. I wanna experiment with her a little bit more. Now that I have her built up and everything. But that will be for next stream. Because I think this is actually a good place for us to wrap up for now. Going on to a new planet, starting a new adventure. Let's go. I wasn't expecting that to just zoom in so loud. It doesn't usually do that. Apologies for the inconvenience, Lord Captain. I don't know what happened here, but the main landing pad is completely underwater. We're lucky the secondary pad is still usable. The pilot warily eyes the puddles of promethium burning around the shuttle. I swear I did everything I could. Landing the thing anywhere else would have been the same as plunging into the open sea. You'll have to reach the central drill on foot. On foot it is. God Emperor protect you. I'll wait here and make sure the fire doesn't get too close to the shuttle. So yeah, as I was saying...
She is angry. The monkey have gnawed into the heart of the planet and are taking her life force. When she tires of their greed, this place will be doomed.
Registering. What exactly are the causes of the doom the Xenos prophesizes? Geothermal? Economic? What is the likelihood of preventing or harnessing the energy of the catastrophe for the glory of the Omnissiah?
God damn it, base Pascal. But yes, sorry, as I was saying, thank you all very much for coming around and hanging out. I think this is a good place for us to wrap up for now, as we are going on to a whole new planet and having a whole new adventure for the time being. So we'll wrap this up, warp jump over to Dargonis, because we got a lot of stuff going on over there. Maybe explore those 2 new sectors that just opened up. I'm debating it. I'll think about it. But otherwise, thank you all very much for coming around and hanging out. If you're on Kick, please consider giving me a follow. It will help out a ton. If you missed any of the streams, any of this stream, or any of my previous streams, I will be uploading it along with all the others I've previously uploaded over to YouTube, set in a nice, neat playlist on my profile. If you are watching on YouTube, please do consider giving me a like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff will help me out a ton. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to watch a stream live, you are more than welcome to. I happily invite everyone to come around and hang out. I do my best to stream every weekday for about 2 hours, starting around noon EST. Cross our fingers. I don't fail that, which I do sometimes. It's unavoidable. But joking aside, thank you all very much for giving me your time. I do greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their days, and peace out, homies.